Hello guys, today I'm going to review the Geekwold GK20. You might not have heard of the name of Geekwold, but they are a new IM manufacturer who are not known that much, at least outside of China. Their previous IM, the GK10, was highly regarded as being one of the best IM under $200 in terms of technicalities. The GK10 costed around $99. There were very few people who reviewed it. Also, recently there was a GK100 which was launched at around $200. After that, there were two more launches. One is the elder sibling of the GK100, which is the GK200, which is priced at around $350. Another one is the elder sibling to the GK10, which is the GK20. And this is what I have here over today. And this is around $99 too. I just wanted to give a brief info about Geekwold because many might not have heard about Geekwold, and this might be their first foray of Geekwold IMs. So I just wanted to talk about that. And before I start the video, I just want to say a huge thanks to Geekwold for sending me this IM. They have sent me this IM as a review unit, and there has been no money exchange between me and Geekwold in terms of any input on this review. Neither are they seeing the video before you are seeing. All the thoughts and opinions you're about to hear are my own. Before I talk about the sound, let's talk about the build quality, comfort and accessories. So the packaging of the box is quite nice as it looks like a smartphone packaging. The IM themselves are very comfortable, they're very small. So I could wear them 3 to 4 hours straight without any issues. These IMs do not have any kind of driver flex. I haven't faced any issues like that. Nozzles of the IM are quite short, so you have to tip roll them and to get a decent fit. The cable is quite supple. It's a good 4-core cable which is terminated to 4.4 millimeter. And when I first got the GK20, it was only available in 4.4, but Geekwold told me that they'll soon launch a 3.5mm version too. So rest be assured there will be 3.5mm version. Also, I just want to say that the cable didn't fit into my IM. That is, the left side was not going inside my left IM. So I thought it might be an issue of the cable, but I did try with many other cable. I had similar issues with the left side of the IM where the cable wasn't, other cables were also not going inside. There were only two cables which I found to be going inside, which were the Moondrop Chu2 cables and the Celeste Phoenix call cable. And I rested on the Moondrop Chu2 cables finally. Geekwold told me that this was a one-off production issue which they had, and they assured me that it won't be happening again with other production samples. So this was an only one-off issue which I had. I have spoken with others also who had the GK20, who have even bought it, the GK20 from Amazon or Ho-Kago. They do not have this issue. I was the only one who was having this issue. The case provided is quite big and it is very good, although it's a tad bit impractical to carry it around daily, but I do like the case. It's quite big, although it is not that pocketable. In my opinion, the BGBP P05 case still stays the best case in my opinion for carrying it daily, but this is a good second in my opinion. About the tips provided, this is the first time that has happened to me. The stock tips are really bad and that didn't fit me at all. In terms of quality also, they are not that good and they feel a bit cheap. So I had to tip roll and I decided on two types of tips. One is the double flange tips from Truth-Ear Nova, and one more is the foam tips which was included in the BGBP P05. So I did my testing on foam tips and also the Truth-Ear Nova double flange tips. The GK20 has 3 BA, 2 DD and 2 piezoelectric drivers. The 8mm DD is responsible for the low frequencies, another DD is responsible for the medium frequencies, the 3 BAs are responsible for the high frequencies, and the 2 piezoelectric drivers are responsible for the ultra high frequencies. So this is the first time I'm seeing 2 piezoelectric drivers, especially piezoelectric drivers under $100. So this is a really special IM. That too under $100, this has 7 drivers, which is really exciting. So talking about the sound, I would say it's overall a V signature, but with emphasis on the mid to high frequencies a lot. The vocals are absolutely fantastic over here, and so is the treble. The overall sound is very clean, I would say, but there is one thing, is the timbre of the IM is a bit off. It sounds a bit metallic-y sometimes. The bass, although not the main star of the show, it is very tactile and very clean. The bass may not have the same rumble as many other IMs, but it is very detailed bass and I quite like it. The mid bass is pronounced over the sub bass over here. For example, when I'm listening to Waltz by Sunny, although the bass wasn't that dynamic, but it felt really good to listen to it over here. The bass presentation was very nicely laid out and there was no muddiness of the bass which I heard. Personally, I would have liked a bit more bass that would have made it really go well in tandem with the treble which it has, which I'll be speaking about it in the later part of the review. Talking about the myths, the vocals are really good. When listening to male vocals, I was really happy with this, but there wasn't that oomph I generally want from the male vocals. For example, when I'm listening to Chris Cornell or Bill Withers' voice, although they sounded quite good, the richness and the warmness of their voice wasn't quite up to the mark in my opinion, and it didn't really come across that well. Now I wouldn't say that it is bad, but rather I would say it is slightly above average in terms of male vocals. Male vocals certainly do take the backseat when compared to the female vocals. The female vocals is just where it shines. The female vocals are lush, smooth and very detailed. As someone who listens to quite a few female vocals, this was really an awesome experience to me. Listening to Ikimonogatari or Naoku Isamu was really rewarding, and I was hitting repeat a lot of times when I'm listening to their song, because it is really fantastic as to how good the female vocals sound over here. The fantastic female vocals could be a bit much for many, as at higher volumes or even at medium volumes, many might find it too much to handle and may find it shrilly. The instrument sounded really good over here, although the timbre of the instruments when I was listening was a bit off. During busy tracks, it did get a bit claustrophobic, but I would say this is a nitpick at this price point. Talking about the treble is really awesome over here. If you are a treble head, this is an IM for you. The treble is very clean and very well controlled. For me personally, it never got too much. It stayed very pleasing to me. The extension of the treble is where it suffers a bit. A bit more of it would have helped it a lot. The very forward treble might be a bit too much for some, as it is quite into your face in certain situations on some songs. Technicalities. It is very good at that. It doesn't muddy up when it comes to that. I would say it competes or even beats IM twice that price. If you really want a IM which is good technically at this price point, this is the IM for you. Soundstage. It is very good and quite wide. There is very good width, and the height of the soundstage is a bit average. While listening to Galactic Funk 1985 live edition, it was very good at it, but the sense of the height of the song was a bit average in my opinion. The imaging is fantastic. It was really good in imaging transition, which many IMs fail to do at. Watching media at this in this IM was really good on this. Gaming test. I had a good sense of awareness of surrounding when playing games. The imaging in the game was really good when I was playing FPS games. During parts of the game when there was too much happening, the treble was too much to handle and it got too PSE. So I would not really recommend this as a gaming IM, but if you do casual gaming, I think so this will be quite okay for it. There will be no issues. Recommendation. Overall, I would recommend this IM, but the sound signature is not for everyone. It is a bit heavy on the upper mids and treble, and people sensitive might be a bit turned off by it. Treble head will love this IM, although a bit more treble extension in my opinion would have been nice. I personally would have loved a bit more bass, as that would make it even more palatable to my taste of the sound signature. But the bass here is really clean. A bit more would have really helped it. The overall timbre of the IM is a bit metallic-y sometimes, but this is a nitpick for the price. In terms of technicality, this beats IM twice the price. If you want technical IM with great female vocals, this is the IM to go for. Please do keep in mind of the shortcomings which I have mentioned about this IM in terms of sound and physicality before you buy this. But overall, I would say this is a really good IM. If there is a new updated version of this, a tad bit more bass would be good for my personal taste. But other than that, this is a really good IM. It's small and it would fit even smaller ears very nicely. I'm a budding audiophile and I would love to share this journey with you guys. So yeah, please do like and subscribe, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.